Let's start by reviewing the different types of adjectives we have already learned. Do you remember what an adjective is? Exactly. Adjectives are words that describe nouns. Let's review some of the different types. First, we have adjectives of quantity. Adjectives of quantity usually ask how much of something. For example, I have some homework. Notice, the adjective some answers the question, how much homework do you have? I have some. Adjectives of quality ask what kind. For example, I see a red flower. Notice, the adjective red answers the question, what kind of flower? A red flower. Lastly, absolute adjectives are adjectives that can't be compared. For example, the plant is dead. You cannot say more dead or less dead. Therefore, the adjective dead cannot be compared. Now that we have reviewed adjectives, let's talk about adjective phrases. Adjective phrases are groups of words that describe a noun. Knowing how to use adjective phrases can help you write more descriptive sentences. Let's look at some examples. Alma is a very passionate girl. What adjectives do you see here? Correct. The two adjectives here are very and passionate. They are both describing the noun girl. Because there is more than one adjective, this is an adjectives phrase. The terribly hot weather was unexpected. What adjectives do you notice in this sentence? Great job! The adjectives are terribly and hot. They are both describing the noun weather. Because there is more than one, this is an adjective phrase. Adjective phrases can be located at various parts in a sentence. They can be found at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end of sentences. Let's start with adjective phrases at the beginning. Your very talkative brother is outside. Where is the adjective phrase in this sentence? Right. The adjective phrase is you're very talkative. We notice that this is at the beginning of the sentence. It comes before the noun brother. It is also an example of an adjective of quality. It asks what kind of brother is outside. In this case, your very talkative brother is outside. Now let's see an adjective phrase in the middle of a sentence. A cat with super shiny fur is for sale. What is the adjective phrase? Exactly. The adjective phrase is super shiny. It is describing the cat's fur. In this example, adjective phrase is in the middle of the sentence. This is also an example of an adjective of quality. Let's look at one more example. The movie was not too terrible. What is the adjective phrase? Wonderful. The adjective phrase is too terrible. In this example, it is at the end of the sentence, and it is describing the noun movie. Now that we understand the different types of adjectives, we can look at how certain adjectives are formed. Did you know that you can turn nouns and verbs into adjectives? That's right. Let's look at the examples below. The verb smile can be used as the adjective smiling. The smiling baby cooed. The verb talk can be used as the adjective talkative, as we saw in the earlier example. The talkative child sat in the front row. Now you try. How would you change the verb like to an adjective in the following sentences? The teacher was nice. Exactly. You can change the verb like into likable. The likable teacher was nice. The verb likable is describing the noun teacher. Now that we have gone over changing verbs into adjective, Let's look at how we can change nouns into adjectives. The noun hero becomes the adjective heroic. The heroic mother saved the child. The noun wind becomes the adjective windy. The windy weather made it cold. The noun child becomes the adjective childish. She was acting childish. And lastly, the noun beauty becomes the adjective beautiful. It was a beautiful view. Now your turn to practice. How might you change the noun luck to an adjective in the following sentences? He was a kid. Great job! The noun luck becomes the adjective lucky. He was a lucky kid. Let's review. Adjectives are words that describe nouns. Adjective phrases are groups of words that describe nouns. Adjective phrases can be located at the beginning, middle, or end of a sentence. We also learned that adjectives can be formed from nouns and verbs. And the three different types of adjectives are absolute, adjectives of quality, and adjectives of quantity.